What is up, everybody? This is Night Shift, and I'm back, and it's week 7. And there's not really much left to do with the recruiting, but we're gonna go over some stuff anyway. Um, I've been watching some other guys doing the same kind of stuff out there, and not really seeing much going on in the way of recruiting. It's mostly just showing the game highlights and stuff like that. But I'm trying to do both for you guys. I hope everybody appreciates that. You want to get these guys scouted as much as possible, even though it doesn't really matter how good they turn out to be, since it's looking like this is who we're stuck with. But it's always good to know what you're working with, just in case the guy turns out to be a bust, or in case the guy turns out to be really good. You might want to just try your best to get that guy. So that's the point of the scouting. For instance, this guy's a little better than we thought. Not bad. Alright, so once the scouting's finished, we're going to go back and continue with our strategy for recruiting, which again is the most important part of this whole thing, of the whole rebuilding process. When you're building a team from scratch, you're going to want to get rid of pretty much every player that you have on your team. When you start with a team like UMASS or any of the other teams that just started, they're not going to have many players that are decent, so you're going to want to change over the whole roster within 2 seasons, maybe 3. All right, so at 25 guys a year, you can pick up an entire new team within 3 seasons, and that's what you're gonna really want to do. As you can see, some guys coming for visits. There's not much of a choice there, so got to go with what we got. But like this guy, he's already mine. We'll give him 10 minutes, and he'll like it. We got a couple of soft commits here, like Mr. McKinney. I got a huge lead, no chance of losing him. He's soft committed, so we're just going to go with 10 minutes and get some points that way. And we're going to continue on down the line with, as you guys can see now, I've kind of reversed strategy, and I'm using 10 minutes on the guys that I have huge leads on with only 1 scholarship offer, which is me. As you can see, like this guy has, well, this is my important guy, so that's why I'm still giving him 40 minutes. But as you can see, I'm finally only giving him 40 minutes instead of that 60 minutes that I was doing before, because it's not even worth it to do that. I'll save that time for somebody else. So you'll see that got a huge lead on this guy, so we'll do 10 minutes and boom. We'll save our time for a couple of the guys that we've only been giving 10 minutes to, because these guys are all in the bag, and their interest is all the way up, and they're just really waiting. We're just waiting for them to sign. So I'd say once you get about a 500 to 600 point lead on the school in second place, you can kind of ease off a little bit on your recruit that you're going for, and they should be yours. You probably won't get caught, especially if you're the only scholarship offer. That's just the way that I do my recruiting. So I don't feel like I'm going to get caught by anybody, even if I'm only getting maybe 60, 70 points for a week. All right, so now we're gonna see a couple of these guys still getting 10 minutes. And you see I'm still using the sway because, like I said in every episode so far, that is important. And nothing I do is going to help this guy. He's got, doesn't really matter. He doesn't like, even if he likes anything, I'm not good at it. But like I say every week, it's just a bunch of guys that I only have. They're only 1 scholarship offer. So anyway, most of the recruiting in this first season, I know these videos are all going to be kind of sounding the same, But season 2 is going to be slightly a different tactic, and even more season 3 and season 4 will be even different. You have to change strategies every year based on A, how your team is doing and performing, and B, how good your team actually is. Also considering how good you are as a player when you're playing in this dynasty mode. Because being a terrible school, it's very easy to lose a bunch of games. And if you try to jump up too quickly and sign better recruits, it's going to really set you back, and it's not going to be good for your school. You're probably going to end up either starting over or basically starting each new season from scratch, which you don't want. You want to keep making progress every year. You don't want to go for maybe 15 guys that are your top 15 guys, have to compete with better schools to get them, end up in second place on all of them, because that is the worst. And I've done it before. What happens is you try to advance too quickly. You go for 4-star prospects, say in year 2, that other guys have gone for. You're like, oh, I really want this guy, and they end up getting them because your school's just plain not good enough, which is true, and you probably shouldn't get them. So you want to just build your school up a little at a time and make sure that after season 1 you are winning your games. Now, I'm not saying cheat. I'm not saying turn off the game. I'm just saying that if you want a real experience, if you lose, you lose. But you need to try and win your games with the players that you have. So in the scheduling, make sure you schedule games that you can win. Don't go crazy. You don't need to play USC with UMASS in season number 2. You don't need to play Notre Dame, or you don't even need to play the University of Miami, who right now is not very good. Just make sure you schedule some games that you can win, and that'll be a very important part of season number 2. Alright, now these tackles, I'm going to start getting some info on them and start getting some points on them and see if I can move them along in their process. Because obviously we need to work on our offensive line since they're not that great. I have a feeling that these guys are going to do quite nicely for me. I'm going to be able to spread them out over my whole offensive line. They'll have one thing in common, and that's they're all quick. So I'll have some nice quick tackles and quick guards that might not be that strong, but I think they're going to do just fine. And by the time that they're seniors, I'll have some nice guys here out of these 5, if I don't get any freshmen to replace them any sooner. So we'll finish up here with the recruiting. We still got 2 hours left. I have a 400-point lead on him, so I'll use like 20 minutes. It's kind of depressing when you look and you see you have an A in something, and that's like the only A you have, and then they don't like it. It kind of sucks when that happens. But, you do what you can, and you'll see me put an hour on this guy, and that's basically because I'm out of stuff to do, and he's one of the better tackles that we have. He's a 3-star guy, looks like a 64. So, he's going to work out just fine, and make sure you use up all of our time. You don't ever want to waste any time. Make sure you use it all. But you see, again, like I used the whole hour on him, I got -5 for that last one. And now we're going to finish it off with this guy, who I'm still suspect on. I'm not even sure about this guy, but he is a junior, or he's going to be a junior when he signs, if we even sign him. But I still have an hour left, or 50 minutes left, so we're going to give him the time and see what happens. Obviously, look at that. You only get 64 points for 50 minutes worth of time. Kind of sucks. But as you can see, I'm looking pretty good with the recruiting. Everybody's still in first place, and I got a couple of soft commits, and that's the important part. Make sure you got you guys that are ready to visit their stuff done, so that you can get a decent visit out of it. All right, and now we are gonna go play UTSA Roadrunners, and here we go with the highlights coming up right now.
EA Sports and ESPN bring you this exciting college football game. Hi, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler, joined by Kirk Herbstreit, and we'll hear from Aaron Andrews on the sidelines and Reese Davis in the studio throughout the game. Welcome to another game of NCAA football. We're brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Today's game's between the UTSA Roadrunners and the Minutemen.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to pick it up on the first drive, and my strategy in this game is just like the others. Run it, run it, run it, and then run it some more. Knock the time off that clock, and take this team down. They're a brand new team just like us, so I'm thinking it should be kind of easy, but we'll find out. As you can see here, I've been able to run it pretty good so far. And try this play action right here, going deep for the end zone, and I can't get it. So I'll settle for this field goal, and it's good. Not too bad. Knocked a lot of time off the clock. All right, picking it up in the second quarter now. I'm giving up a big play here, and that knocks them down inside the 20. They'll bring it up inside the 5. I get them to third down, and I can't stop them. They get it in there, and now we're down 7-3, and now we're going to pick it up with 15 seconds to go. They're going to go for this big play down the field, and great, they got it. I'm going to hurry up to the line and try to get something real quick. He's going to go deep, and no. Some good defensive play right there. Hold him to the field goal attempt, and it's short, so that works out well. All right, now we're picking up in the second half, and I'm going to get a nice sack right there on third down. And they'd stop me quickly, and it's the end of the third quarter. I'm going to get another sack on third down. Big play. All right, since I can't get anything going, I'm going to try to go deep right here, and it works. A couple of plays later, we're just going to run it in for the touchdown and take a 10-7 lead. And now this is 3rd and inches with 3 minutes to go, and I get a huge stop. And I think that that might do it. We're gonna, oh no, we're stopped and it's 4th down. All right, I'm gonna go for this. Right. No, I don't think so. Guess what? Offsides. We don't even have to hike it. And with 2 minutes to go and no timeouts, I think that all but seals the deal. So here's 3rd and 3 with 40 seconds to go. The last chance. And there's a 1st down. And that's gonna end up doing it. And we're gonna squeak this one out 10-7. Not too bad for these guys. Alright, so let's go over the stats with you guys a little bit real quick. Alright, as you can see, I'm 4 of 9 for 49 yards. I took 3 sacks. That kind of sucked. Alright, but I did run the ball for over 100 yards between the two guys at 18 rushes. And 32 yards was my longest play. I got a couple of pancakes, a couple of sacks given up, and a couple of huge sacks from Thompson and Thelen. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode. Catch us next time on week 8. And if you guys like this stuff, make sure that you're leaving a like, and don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys. Peace.